Nope. Where's the poll? Start a poll. Can you see what I'm doing? Okay, hopefully it doesn't freeze like it did last time. Hello. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, am I frozen? Am I frozen? There's a slight lag on my device. Let's see if this works. Welcome in, welcome in. I decided to do a practice live stream. If you're just joining, let me know if you can see. Can you see me? I just waved at you. I was having a little bit of technical difficulties. Yay! Okay, good. Oh, sorry, I was frozen. I'm working on this, but hopefully it doesn't freeze it. Can you still see? This is what I'm working on. Let's see if the video can adjust. So I'm working on sewing a journal cover with a piece of wallpaper scrap there and a couple pieces of like thicker canvas fabric. I didn't pin it down. I decided to be a wild one and just use some clamps, you know? And so this very much adjusted because this was on the straighter side. It's not, but I do like how the zigzag just kind of holds that fabric down. Not that I don't like the fraying, I do. So I'm probably gonna go under the fraying here. And I was going to actually trim this. I might trim it if it gets like really crooked, but I'm not going to trim it. Oh, thank you. I'm not gonna trim it right now. I really wanna just kind of go with it and see what the heck happens, because I did that with the last couple journals I made and they turned out super cool. And they already have homes, like they sold right away. So I like that. I like that I don't have to be like perfect, you know, and rigid with it. So I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. I love the fraying because I did wash this fabric. I got this fabric from somebody and I just washed it. And so the edges frayed. I love that. So I kept that. So let's see what happens. I see you. No, we're not gonna show me today. I'm just doing a practice. I've never done a YouTube stream, but maybe like on a future stream we'll do that. So I will try to respond to your comments because my other device is not showing me your comments. But I don't want to ignore you guys. I want to talk with you guys. We can have there we go. Got it. Ha, I see you. And if you like what you're seeing, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I like to do a lot of these things. And so here's the thing though, right? So I do stream a lot from Whatnot. I don't know if you are familiar with the Whatnot platform, but it is like, it's a streaming platform, but it's for like auctions and making sales and things like that, which is fine because I have my shop on there too. Oh, good evening. Hey, Red Style. So this one is going to be like a fall vibe journal with probably an owl on the cover. My inspiration for this journal is, have you ever heard of Grimm's Fairy Tales? Grimm's Fairy Tales, the story of the owl. And it has been a little while since I've read it, but I have ordered myself a new copy of Grimm's Fairy Tales. I don't know what happened to my other copy, but you know the story of the owl. If I remember correctly, the villagers really misunderstood this owl and they ended up burning the barn down. But anyways, the owl is inspiring this journal. I do have a live show coming up on Whatnot, and I'm doing a live stream tomorrow on Whatnot, but I'll also be streaming here. Because the thing is the platform focuses on like auctions and things like that, and like lots of fast-paced auctions. I don't do that. I like to do handmade creating. I do use it as a shop platform, but I use it to stream, and if people just want to come hang out, we can just vibe together. Like, I don't focus on like, you know, it's not about fast-paced auctions for me. It's really about just hanging out and like that cool creative vibe, you know? I love that story too. I like Grimm's fairy tales. Some of them are definite, you know, if you're familiar with Grimm's, you know, you already know. But I like how it's just not, I don't know. Sometimes the happy ending sounding stories just aren't really for me. I don't think, you know, sometimes it's not the end of the story, but I know that we can perceive that it is. Anyway, I happen to like a lot of the Grimm's fairy tales. Something a little bit different, you know? If you can't guess, I prefer things that are a little different, or what some might call weird. That's me. So, but that's just a little bit about me. What about you? What do you like to do? I always wanted to learn how to sew. Oh, so the thread and the machine, it really depends. Do you have a sewing machine? Because I know they're all different. This one is, it's an older one. So I didn't know I had this. I was gonna buy a new one, right? But then I had bought this table for my entryway. It's $15 at a thrift store. And I couldn't find any sewing machines that were under like 80 bucks. And I didn't know if I would like sewing. So I remembered I had this one here, decided to try it, and it's working great. This is a Singer 328K from the 1960s. They're all a little different. So with this one, I had to watch some videos. If you do have a sewing machine, if you do have a sewing machine, I recommend looking up videos on how to use it, and maybe just kind of getting to know it a little bit before you use it. That saved me getting really pissed off at this one, because it would not be her fault if I didn't know how to use her. So for this one, it starts at the top, and it makes a big difference that you thread it correctly for the stitches to take and for you to see what the tension is like. So, because this one's a little bit different than the other one I had. I've had a Singer. I don't think it was a brother, but I've had a couple of them, but this one's a little bit different. So the newer ones, you can just flip a switch and you can change the kind of stitches that you do. But this one has cams that you screw in. I have 2 cams for this one. So it's a little different, but I like it. Right now, the only cam I have is for the zigzag stitch. Yeah. And who knows, if you want to, if it's something that you're really curious about, it may just be worth, you know, looking at maybe a short video on how to thread it and a couple other things here and there, just like a little bit here and there, so that when it is time to sit down, since you're busy, you can use your time very efficiently and just play with that, you know? I don't really do hand sewing because the machines are so expensive. They really are. I don't know where you live, but I know where I live in the US. I live near Tacoma, Washington in the USA. Thrift stores have gotten quite expensive. Oh, you're welcome. If you want to subscribe, I don't plan on doing sewing machine tutorials, but if I do things like this and people ask for help with things that I can help with, I'd be happy to help. And I have a friend who's really good at sewing machines too. So if you're on Instagram, Dionne's Creative Odyssey on Instagram, I'm on there. If you want to send me a picture of your sewing machine, I can see if I can help you find at least what the brand is. But, oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I do them myself. I wouldn't mind paying someone $60 to do them because they're really hard to do, but dollars have been allocated elsewhere. I'm not gonna lie. They've been allocated elsewhere. But yeah, if you wanna send me a picture, I'll try to help you. And if you wanna subscribe when I do go live in the future, I would love to reconnect so we can hang out again. I love that. Hand sewing. So I don't know Anna, it was Anna, right? Because you said Anna. I said Anna, and you said the first one, right? So I know that where I live in the US, thrift stores are kind of expensive, but I have one near me where I bought this. It's the table for it, like it's the whole table, and it was $15. And they said that they didn't sell it for the machine, they just sold it for the table because they didn't think it worked. So if you happen to live in a place where you've got something like a thrift store, I don't know, maybe you'll find something, or you probably have already tried. Oh, gymnastics. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, they don't want you to have nails because I can't imagine like landing on my hand or something wrong, and that would really, really hurt. Really hurt. I actually will be, I probably won't be busting out the sewing machine tomorrow, but you never know. Because Thursdays and Fridays, I'm in the Pacific time zone. Thursdays and Fridays, I've been going live on the Whatnot platform. I like to do just like a hangout, like create and chill sesh. Sometimes I'll have stuff for sale, but you know, that's for people who, you know, want to purchase. It's not a requirement. It's not sales driven per se. So if you want to come hang out there or you want to watch here, you can. Any comments you leave, I might not see till after the stream though, but I can come and answer them after if you want to hang out. Maybe these clips would help. Yeah. Okay, so since you want to learn to sew, here's my first tip. When you're sewing multiple things together, clip them down. If you have just one flat thing you're practicing with, you probably won't need to do that. But if you have multiple things that you would like to keep somewhat working together in harmony, pin them down. You're from Canada and you're an engineer. Oh, yeah. Oh, totally. No, like, I'm sure you can figure it out. I mean, if I can do it, I'm sure you can. But sometimes it's just a matter of like, you know, just like learning the steps or figuring out the steps. For me, that takes a lot of spoons sometimes. So I got to break it down into baby steps. It's not that the information is difficult, but sometimes just the fact that it's information or new information for me makes it like, okay, that's not happening unless I do it in baby steps, you know? I have no doubt that, you know, anybody can really figure it out. It can just be a way that we process information, a way that we apply information. It's just all different, you know? Especially on a busy schedule. And I do these sorts of things a lot, but I do some virtual events where I've got to prep some stuff. So I think I'm about ready to have some time free up though, because I like learning how to do this and just having fun with it, you know, not like trying to do something for a time constraint, because that takes some of the fun out of it. Oh, absolutely. Everyone learns in different ways. And I'm sure we can all relate to this. Oh, this is turning out nice. Like some people would be like, oh girl, pin it down and measure, like make it precise. And I don't mind making some things on the more precise side, but I've been really leaning into the like, wing it, let it go, make it imperfect, because I'm embracing the perfectly imperfectness of it. And there's like a lot of changes happening and coming in my personal life. So I feel like it helps me flow forward better with less pressure if I just let myself embrace what looks like a mess. And then I get to turn it into something beautiful. I already can't wait to share like what this turns out looking like in the end, because I think it's going to be really cool. The other two I thought, well, I'll probably never show anybody these, what a mess, but they ended up being so, I was happy with them, very happy with them. So when people wanted them and purchased them and they went to their new homes, I was 100% happy sending them where they were going. 100%. So this is a little bit different. So the other one we're gonna, I might actually go get some safety pins and pin it down a little bit differently because this is curling, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we can make it 100% into something useful and beautiful and wonderful work of art. Oops. Now you want to put your foot down before you start making your stitches. Make sure your tension is right, or you got to adjust it. Here's what not to do, folks. One of my old bandmates Mother's took all his old band t-shirts and made a quilt. I love that. I always wanted to do that with like a bunch of just scrap materials from, you know, nostalgic pieces like my daughter's old t-shirts or blankets and things like that. I just haven't done that yet. I'm sure there's other reasons. I would say I didn't have time, but I bet I could make time for it if I felt inspired to carry it out. I just haven't. And I think, so if this ends up being a wrinkle, I know that the finished product is gonna look nothing like this. So I'm actually feeling really good about that. Now let's go ahead and wrinkle up here, because this is gonna be the cover. I wanna add that. Because I did have a nice little wrinkle that I showed on the cover, and I think that's one of the reasons they liked it, because it was so perfectly imperfect. If that makes any sense. And I do want the ends to fray a little bit more. So I'm hoping that they will during the course of the project. And we don't ever want to run over the clips. Never, never, never. I'm making a journal cover. I do have, I don't know if this is maybe the first time you're coming across my channel, but I have some other videos. They're streamed from another platform. I actually worked on making videos specifically for YouTube, because sometimes I don't like the multicast, because it's like, it's not made specifically for you guys, but it's like I get to include you guys in the live stream, if that makes any sense. But I make journal covers, journals, embellishments, and mixed media art. So this is going to be a journal cover inspired by the owl from Grimm's Fairy Tales. And this will probably look nothing like this when it's done. I also do need a journal for me, so this ends up being like, I don't think I'm going to offer this for sale, and this might be something that I put my pieces in, because if you can see, let's move it out a little bit here. So, welcome in everyone. This is my first YouTube stream. Okay, so this cover, see how imperfect it is? I'm kind of doing a challenge for myself to see how I can turn this into something beautiful with how unexpectedly imperfect it is, you know? So, as you can see, I've got wrinkles here. It's kind of curled up, but I truly think this will make a beautiful journal cover. So my owl project is going to be taking place on a live stream, not this Friday, but next Friday. And if it's not ready for that, then it won't be in that stream. But I like how it's frayed. I want more fraying to happen. I like the fraying here, I like the fraying there. And so the next part will be me sewing down this, because I do like to make the junky style journals. And sometimes I use like repurposed paper, sometimes I do use brand new paper. Yeah. I just like to follow my heart on that, you know? Yes, Friday. So I'm in the Pacific time zone in Washington State in the USA. I'm not sure where you're at, but I will be streaming from the multicast at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and it's a multicast, but I do, sometimes I do actually play some, I try to start the stream by not playing any music, because I know YouTube is like, oh, that's copyrighted music. But I like to play like classics from the 80s and 90s, sometimes 70s, and so YouTube doesn't like that. So sometimes they kind of don't show anybody my video, but I try to always start it off by greeting you all there on YouTube. If you want to come over and watch on Whatnot, you can. It's free to create an account. You do not have to buy anything. You can come and hang out. I absolutely welcome you to do that. Like I said, it is an auction purchasing platform. It's not required, absolutely not. I like the live streaming feature because I like getting to know other people that just appreciate either creativity or some of the things that, like Grimm's fairy tales, owls, and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons I like it over there. Made some great friends who are somewhat like-minded, and so I think it's fun. But you can feel free to join us over there, or you can watch on the multicast. It's called Whatnot. And I've got a link. And you don't have to do that, but you can find me on Dionne's Creative Odyssey over there. I think there should be a referral link kicking around somewhere. It doesn't have to be mine. It can be literally anyone's. But if it says referral link and whatnot, if you do ever decide that you see somebody selling something in their shop, then you get a free $15 credit. And I think they're doing free shipping too. But again, purchase is not required. You can just come hang out. I'm going to do the inside. I don't know why I was putting the foot down like it's going to be done. I kind of wing it, and I think I said Friday, but I'm also going live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. Usually Thursdays and Fridays, I like to hang out. Sometimes it's altered if I do a virtual event on Fridays. The time is altered, but I have my schedule there if you guys want to hang out. And I like to stream them all over here. So tomorrow and Friday. Sorry. It's not my first time speaking, but sometimes I kind of forget because I can't walk and chew gum and I'm trying to sew, stream live, and talk. Oh, let's move over. See, I like how I don't have to be perfect because then I would be like, okay, I need new fabric. Are we loose? Yes, we are. Okay. I do not have an engineering background. I like to use things and follow my heart. Completely winging it. There we go. Yay! I named her Tara. This is Tara May. Tara May binds fibers together that are woven and created with pieces from the earth. So I named her Tara May. Oh, it was nice to meet you, 6-string shred 7. It was nice to meet you. I hope to see you again soon. Yay, I like making friends. Okay, so let's go ahead and move a little bit further down. We're gonna whoopsie daisy it on down. Okay. Yes. No, I don't want to sew that flap down. We're gonna not sew the flap down. Because if I change my mind, I can also make another pass over it. Yay! Oh, I'm excited. Thank you for subscribing. It was nice to have met you. And feel free to send me a picture of your machine. We can nerd out a little bit on sewing if you ever give it a go. I like this. So the zigzag, this brings me back to a long time ago when I made kids' clothes. I made it out of necessity because I needed income. This was a long time ago, 2 decades ago. But I didn't have a serger to have these clean inside stitches, so I used the zigzag stitch on the edge, sort of like here. I did a lot better up here than I did down here, but I think it works. Works really well. And thank you those of you who are just joining. I'm gonna sew that flap down. I'm working on a journal cover. This will likely be, and sometimes I change, right? But at least for right now, the direction for this inspiration is going to be an owl theme. The virtual event is called Let It Fall. It's like a fall theme. So I thought fall, I really like fall leaves. Owls aren't fall, but I thought of owls. And then I thought of the owl story from Grimm's Fairy Tales. So that's how that came about. Trying to go really slow because I do not want to sew this backwards. I want to sew it down flat, but we're going to see how that goes. I know there's another way to do it, but rookie here, okay? Like if I don't sew my finger, then this is a win. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it. I'm excited for this one. I think it's gonna be great. What's everybody else up to today? Anything fun? Don't tell me one of you are always sewing. Ooh, and where are you located? Where are you from? I am very near Tacoma, Washington, Washington State, USA. It's been sunny here today, but I've enjoyed some nice, quiet, alone time just creating inside. Oh, think I messed up. Oh, you're from Florida and Pennsylvania? Were you born in one and you live in another? Is that what I'm understanding? Oh, come on. There we go. Ta-da! You guys, one's done. I'm right by the entryway. When people walk by, I watch. Always watch, see where people are at. All right, so we have this. I'm living in Washington State in the USA. Just in case there's anyone here not from the USA, see you. But I was born in Maui. So this is what we have for the cover. This is going to be the cover here, so it's going to be folded. My mom and dad met when he was in the Air Force, and then we moved to the mainland when I was about 6 years old. Oh, there we go. There we go. This is going to be the cover. I like this right here. I'm thinking I might put a closure here. I think this is the biggest soft cover journal I've ever made. So I have some eyelets, not the 2mm, but I've got eyelets. So if I do like maybe single signature, no, I don't know. We're gonna see how this takes form. Where do you want to travel in some years? I want to go to Germany. Ooh, that sounds fun. I've never been to Germany. I have been to France a bunch. I really like France. I would love to go now, not with that person, clearly, but I would love to go to France. I would love to go back home and just visit. I love the energy back home. It doesn't have to be Maui, it can be the Big Island, but I want to go back home and visit, get some volcano / ocean time, you know? That'd be a lot of fun. Let's see here. I've got these clips. I may run upstairs and go get some safety pins. Do you guys want to see some of the other stuff that I made? I've got a couple journals that I haven't shipped yet. I can show you. I think that might be fun. Do you want to see? Okay. Oh, I would love that. Yes. Maybe I'll see you next time. Thank you for stopping by. It was nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Anna. Okay. Yes, we are going to... I wouldn't even mind putting some Fabri-Tac down. So we are gonna need some pins. Let's go upstairs though, and I will show you, for those of you that are here, I'm gonna get some pins, and I'm gonna do this, because our dog's a private person. What's everybody up to today? Did you work? Is it your day off? Do you want to see some coffee dyed papers? So these are all going to somebody. These are coffee dyed papers. I used some stencils, put the stencil on top. This one I put this on top of the stencil. I wanted to try something different. This is coffee dyed music note paper, sketchbook paper, all kinds of things. Thank you for your votes, everyone. I had never streamed on YouTube before. This is my first time. Thank you for being part of it. Coffee dyed skull papers. Something a little different. I didn't ever, the first time I did coffee dyed papers with stencils, I thought I was like, how can I fail at this so bad? Because I was picking up the stencils before the coffee had soaked in. Sort of like these. Only this one, I did better. See, once it soaks in, this is the paper. And that's the stencil. Ta-da! So we're gonna let those continue to dry, but those are done. Cool, yeah? Okay. I'm gonna pick up some pins and then head back down to finish the sewing. Here's more coffee dyed paper. I have safety pins, right? Right? Yes. Okay, here we go. So this is the coffee dyed paper. So this journal, this is getting shipped out. I added a pocket in the back. So I waited longer than I needed to for it to dry. Okay, cool. No longer frozen. So I made this one. This is getting shipped off today. This one, the inspiration for this was Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. And for this show, the theme was we had to use 2 specific products from a specific company. So there's a picture of a raven, as you can see, and I used eyelets to hold the, this is hemp cord. I usually use the wax cord, but I use the hemp cord. So this is how I bound it, hand sewn. And I sewed this fabric here too. As you can see, this is a much smaller journal. Some little treasures in there. This is the sort of thing that I like to make. These and like mixed media art. That's my jam. That's what I like to do. So, and I also like to use, if I tie the signatures, just tuck a little something extra in there. I think that's kind of fun. Some little treasures, unexpected pockets. So these are the kind of journals that I like to make It's a lot of fun. It's a good way to pass the time, don't you think? And then for art, let's see here. I made a couple things. This one, this raven, we call Vinny. Vinny doesn't have a home yet. Used some crafting moss and some little mushrooms. Not real mushrooms, but you know, the crafting kind. And there's some battery powered lights in there. So whoever adopts Vinny can turn on the lights. And Vinny has his own little room. That was a ton of fun. I liked making that because I've never made anything like this little curio clock before. That was new for me. And we have Letty the dog in here. So if you hear her rip ass, then, well, you know that she did it, not me. And then I have this one, another thing that I like to make. So if you like this sort of thing too, definitely give me a subscribe if you will, because I like to create on lives. I do stream live from Whatnot, but I am going to be streaming more here too because I'd like to spend time with you guys over here, not just multicast from Whatnot. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So thank you for subscribing, and click that bell icon so you don't miss any notifications. So making things like these are a lot of fun. I like nature. I do like birds. I really like nature. Like I collected those sticks myself. Used some crafting moss, which I believe is also real moss. I like to make this sort of thing. What about you? Do you like to make stuff? Do you like to watch people make stuff? I just set this down so I can put these back. And then I'm going to go back downstairs and finish sewing what I was sewing. And I want to thank you guys for taking the time to come hang out. Those of you who stopped by, maybe hung out, maybe chatted a little. I appreciate that. Oh, and then we have a little tiny raven. This one didn't get to participate in the festivities. Maybe in the future, little raven. But I'm gonna take these pins downstairs and sew my next cover. So if you're not following me or subscribing, please subscribe. And I'm going to be multicasting tomorrow from Whatnot, 10 a.m. Pacific in the USA. Yeah, come see any progress on the journal covers or maybe something else. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.